Kowakujo is a masterpiece in my opinion, the best map in modern zombies. It follows a kind of trope that every zombies game has at least one map like this. I don't think this map is for the casuals as much of the hardcore gamers. I believe will love this map. The Easter egg is a murder mystery aspect, and I think that's just so peak. It literally reminds me of Dead of the Night, and Dead of the Night is in my top 5 map of all time. I love it. And just the community coming together after so long for this hunt was just such a good experience. And like there's this trope where maps that are difficult with a lot of steps people don't like. But over the years, I think it grows to become a well-loved map. I don't know if it's gonna be the same with this map, but let me give you an example, right? Um Shangri-La. Shangri-La has a lot of steps and it's a difficult map. People didn't really mess with it at the beginning. I think it's gotten more love over the years, and it's also one of my favorites because of how complex the map is compared to all the other maps from BO1, apart from Moon. And then we got the same on BO3. We got Zetsubo no Shima. That map was definitely the least received on launch, and over time, it's become a very good staple map in BO3. And just like that map, it had so many steps. Take it to BO4, we got Dead of the Night. Just maps where there's a lot of steps, a lot of things to do, and like a lot of remembering that really puts the casual audience off. I think that's why Totenreich done so well. It's because there wasn't so much multitasking. Everything was more clear cut, A to B, but this was more like A to D. Like you had to do so much things at the same time. Obviously, you can choose the way you do it with certain steps. You can like finish some things out, but I just think genuinely the game doesn't play as smooth as it does on like Totenreich. But I also think that's not necessarily a bad thing. I think for the more hardcore people, that maps like this, it shows like a lot of depth, and it makes makes the replay value I think more in a sense. It depends on who you're talking to, but the whole aspect of the lore, the ambience, obviously the Tom Kane tribute, it flowed so well. And we just had Totenreich, which was a banger, and then we had this. So if the next map is as good as this map or Totenreich, I think BO7 could be looking at a very good spot in BO7 in Black Ops Zombies series. But what do you guys think? I'm just saying from a standpoint of the map itself, the hunt, everyone was together. Go and sleep knowing you haven't found the egg, like literally thinking, oh, when I wake up it's gonna be discovered. I'm almost certain everyone thought when they woke up the egg was gonna be discovered, and for 2 whole days that didn't happen. It was the best feeling waking up seeing, okay, what steps are we on now? Let's get straight back into it. I ain't felt like that since like BO4, BO3 time, the revelation. So just me personally, I think that is such a good and rare experience, especially with modern zombies, where every map has been beaten within the first 24 hours. And we're almost to the end, and we're going to have no more zombies for 2 whole years. I just think it was very, very good. I just hope that for the final map, we get no spoilers, no mistakes from Treyarch's end, so we can really enjoy the experience. Because I want the last map to be just as long or longer for the final hunt for a very long time. It was very good. But what do you guys think of Kawakujo? Like I said, the steps, there's so much to it. I like how it's a murder mystery. You kind of have to be paying attention. It's not one of those things where you can just dilly-dally and then get to the end. You have to kind of know what's going on so you can piece together the mystery of who's the killer. I think maps like this with big ambition pay off if they do it right, and I think they've done it right. And people are saying that they don't like the boss fights too easy, and I understand the boss fight is a little bit too easy, but the fire can really get you. It is annoying, but I do think it's a big payoff because of how tedious and annoying the steps are leading up to this point. By the time you get to the boss fight, I think a little bit of an easier boss fight isn't the end of the world. I think that's pretty good for the casuals. And it's weird because I've carried people throughout BO6. Most people get stuck on maps like Tomb, where the steps are really easy, but they get stuck on a mirror. But this map, I'm really curious to see how the casual audience are with solving this Easter egg, because I know a lot of people have struggled. There's also a lot of people who have found it pretty easy. So if you're more of a modern zombie player, I think you're going to struggle. But if you're used to the old system, I think you're not going to find this Easter egg as hard. And the boss fight itself is beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. I love it. The Shadow Smith was very, very good. I think what let this map down the most would have to be the ending cutscene and obviously it getting leaked some of the steps to finish off the hunt. Those are the only two downsides of this, but generally speaking, as a whole, I think Kowakujo is an A tier map. If you're asking the right person, it could be S tier. But I think this and Totenreich and Ashes are very good, strong additions to BO7, and it shows Treyarch can still cook. They can still be maps that are better than old gen maps, even with this new Warzone mechanic. I think it just takes time and a bit of trust. Obviously, we're near to the end of the cycle, but they done such a good job. Like, I can't thank them enough, especially because it's Tom Kane's map. Like, it just means so much to me, and I think to a lot of people, that they got this map so right. Like, I've just heard mostly positives about this map, and it's so rare coming from a newer gen zombie like games. You just don't hear it that much. But when I'm in every videos, every comment section, everyone's like, this map cooked so hard, Trail cooked. And if we get the final map to be as good as this or Totenreich, I think we're in for a good treat, to be honest. And I hope we get a good super Easter egg. And the one weapon on this map, I think, is very good. It does remind me of the Sliquifier and KT4. If I was to remember, like, mix maps up to get this map, I think Dairise, Zetsubo, and Gorod Krovi. I think if you mix those three maps together and Dead of the Night, you get this map. Like, it's very, it's just good. Like, I just can't get enough of this map, honestly. I don't know how the casual player is. I think it can be a bit long and tedious, but this map has done things that we all wanted. And if they big risk, big reward, I think they've done it with this map. So, yeah. In my eyes, Kowakujo is standing as the best map on BO7 for me. If anyone prefers Ashes or Totenreich, that's completely fine and valid. But I think just the spectacle and the way they went with the step murder mystery, I love it, honestly. So I'm giving this map an A+ for me. Best map in Modern Zombies, in my opinion. What do you guys think? What do you like? What don't you like? You know, tell me what your ranking is on this map in general and on BO7 as a whole. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.